إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العظيم.
Congratulate Dr. M and the rest of the staff for organizing this initiative that introduces newly promoted professors to deliver some of their ideas regarding the research and its impact. He has made unique contribution to the literature by reporting pathological features, markers, and risk factors for cancers in your region. The papers are well written and address issues of interest, particularly when compared to similar cancers in other countries. His work gives guidance for the diagnosis of cancer by a variety of local pathological techniques. The work on the local risk factors for the breast cancer could be translated into public education campaign. Mainly, the journals are local and regional, and so the impact factors are not as high as international journals, but they are appropriate to the topics and understanding where they will make the most impact. And in fact, they did. And I think it is very important to remember that we encourage researchers to publish international journals, of course, regional journals, but particularly in local journals. We have here our Khartoum medical journal, Professor Hussain Gadelkarim, and I think he's doing an excellent job. There are some excellent articles here. One of the assessors mentioned, how could this jump through all this work and in the absence of funds? And I remember saying, in the Western community, where there is a will, people can do this. Where there is a will, there is a way. So, without much ado, I think I will ask to deliver this talk. Thank you.
Pleasure and privilege to have you with me here, particularly our father and our teacher, Professor Ahmed Professorial. Really, it is a pleasure to discuss one of the hottest medical topics that do not cease to whisper our hearts about the threat that facing the humanity today, multitude of cancer. So thank you very much for all of you for having or giving us your time to share and discuss this important topic. As you see, the title of our topic is to discuss the role of sustainable cancer awareness programs in the decreasing the morbidity and mortality with cancer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118
As you know, the word or before we start our main talk, let us see our purposes behind this talk. One of these is to discuss how cancer challenges a major health problem worldwide, discuss how cancer awareness programs could reduce the morbidity and mortality with cancer, and this should be with a discussion of 10 facts that is established or stated by the WHO. To discuss how and why cancer awareness is important at this time. Also, to discuss some issues that related to quality of life after having cancer. So, is a cancer a real problem? Yes, cancer is and will become interestingly important factor in the global burden of disease. The world is still conjures a deep fears of a silent killer that creeps upon us without warning. Cancer invoking such scares, it has become a metaphor or an icon for grief and pain. In work or college or intellectual and emotional resources, the number is escalating each year. Each of us might be touched, either as a family member or a colleague or even a friend. So, the world now is searching for how to control this fatal disease. And cancer control has a very wide spectrum. It ranging from individual lifestyle to intramolecular complexity of cancer. I mean, individual cell and the genes which persist within the cells. So, lifestyle is highly related to awareness and establishment of well-designed awareness programs. So, if we just ask ourselves a question, what is a cancer? So, for Professor Gadelkarim, we just have a very short video that showing simply how the cancer can work and how. Okay, let us have a look at this video.
Genes is the underlying cause of cancer. The damage may be inherited or caused by other factors such as cigarette smoke. The cells of your body divide to make more cells, so that your organs and tissues can grow and repair themselves. The nucleus controls this division. In cancer, the cells divide in an uncontrolled way, and often more quickly than normal cells. In many cases, the cells form a lump called a tumor. Cancerous tumors can spread into surrounding normal tissue. Not all tumors are cancerous. Some do not infiltrate the surrounding tissues, nor do they spread to other parts of the body. These are known as benign tumors. Tumors that invade the surrounding tissue and spread to other parts of the body are known as malignant tumors or cancer. Cancer cells can invade blood and lymph vessels.
Okay, thank you. However, cancer nowadays is a real problem. The deaths from cancer represent about 30% of all deaths that occur. And we find that the number, as I said before, is escalating each year. The new cancer cases these years is more than 12.4 million people affected each year, and the number is increasing, with death rates more than 7.6 million individuals. And these figures are expected to rise each year, and the expected rates by the year 2030 is that the 12.4 may escalate into 26 million new cases each year, and the death rates instead of 7.6 may rise up to 17 million per year. So most of these cancers they lay in the developing countries where it is. And as we see, the numbers in the death rates and incidence rates in developing countries are doubling those incidents in the developed world. These because of the here. Lung followed by the stomach, then liver, colorectal cancer, and breast cancer, and cervical cancer is the most common foreign cancer that is responsible for the high rates of death. So, cancer represents a real problem for the global community. And just let us see this video to see the concern of the global community about the cancer and the high rates of cancer. with high risk to develop cancer. So, in developed countries, cancer is early diagnosed. When diagnosed early, most of cancers can be cured. Or if it doesn't, then the management can be easy and the survival rates can be increased. But most of people here in Sudan or other developing countries attain at late stage of the diseases where the management of patients will be very difficult. And also cure rates in most instances might be impossible. So why cancer awareness programs are important. About 30% of cancer deaths are due to 7 leading behavioral and dietary risk, which is highly linked to individual lifestyle. And we know that the cancer awareness programs are not going to enhance the intramolecular solutions for the cancer rather than to enhance individual lifestyle that should prevent him or let him know how these cancer causes can affect him and how he can prevent himself from these cancers. So there is more than 7 causes that closely related to individual lifestyle. Of these is the high body mass index and the low fruit and vegetable intake, lack of physical activity, tobacco use and alcohol use, air pollution, which is a real problem, indoor smoke from household use of solid fuels, which is widely exposed to in rural areas. Also, infection with some biological agents such as viruses and bacteria and parasites, and viruses, particularly human papillomavirus, which is closely related to cervical cancer, and also some of its strain related to oral cancer, and also human papillomavirus might be related to many epithelium cancers that widely occur in the human body. Also, hepatitis B and C are related to hepatocellular carcinoma, are dangerous, and there is some ways to prevent this by immunization or many other ways to prevent the infection with these biological agents. So the transformation, as you see in the first video, from a normal cell into a malignant cell is a multi-stage process that involves the interaction of many agents. These include human or personal genetic components and include other external components. And there is 3 main external components that when interact with the human genetic constituents, it may lead to transformation of the normal cell into malignant cell. These factors include physical carcinogens or physical causes of cancers. An example of that is the exposure to ultraviolet. Alhamdulillah, most of us have no risk to develop such cancers because this mainly occurs in white people who have no well-protected melanin component or amount. Also, ionizing radiation, and from time to time we hear about the explosion of the nuclear and ionizing source of energy, such as what is occurred in the Japan and other parts of the world. chemical carcinogens, many things of these, tobacco, the toxin, dioxin, many chemical components can interact with the human cell and induce cancer. Biological, including infections with viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, and others. So let us come to see the 10 factors that I initially talked about in the purposes of this talk, which were set by the WHO. Of these factors, that most people think that cancer is a unique disease with one behavior, that it can be treated the same, that it can be diagnosed the same, but the fact is not like that. Cancer is many diseases with different behavioral conditions. So there is more than 100 types of cancers. The second fact is that there is nowadays more than 25 million people living with cancer, and most of them is advanced stages of the disease that expected to die within 5 years. Of these people who die with cancer, we find that 1 in 10 of these people die in a heart pain due to lack of the medicines or medications such as opium-based medicines that reduce the pain and enhance the mood of the patients before that. So due to lack of this, so most people die with cancer, die in pain and in stress and in depression. About 70% of all cancer cases occur in low and middle income countries where the access to health management is very low, and in most instances the treatment is unaffordable. Worldwide, the 5 most common types of cancer that kill men are in order: lung, stomach, liver, colorectal, and esophagus. And this is image for esophageal cancer. And you know that cancer has a very aggressive behavior. Whenever you do not intervene early, it will go to harmful and further deformative forms, such as this patient and this stay up to this stage of the disease, because he know nothing about cancer and he just expect that this is cancer and use social medications up to reaching this stage of the advanced disease. Worldwide, the most common types of cancer that kill the women include breast, lung, stomach, colorectal, and cervical, and this is the breast cancer also getting more deformative because this woman, or it might be a man, not a woman, because breast cancer can affect men. It did not go. In many developing countries, cervical cancer is the most common cancer, and we know cervical cancer is one of the cancers that mostly related to behavioral and religious and some social settings. Tobacco use is the single largest preventable cause of disease, and now we find the tobacco use is decreasing in the developed world, but still in the developing countries the tobacco use is increasing, and we find that more than 22% of tobacco-related cancers can be prevented by just stopping the tobacco, and we find that the risk from tobacco can be doubled if we use 2 forms of tobacco, or if we use a tobacco with alcohol, for example. And all forms of tobacco can cause cancer, so it's whether it is smoke, cigarette smoking, or dipped as tobacco. Here, as you see here, this is oral cancer. This is closely related to use of certain forms of smokeless tobacco, not our tobacco, but it is a tobacco, and we find that tobacco, which is practiced here in Sudan, is more harmful than the other forms of the smokeless tobacco due to use of the natural bicarbonate. This increases the risk of the tobacco-specific nitrosamine to several strangers that easily can make cancer. 1/5 of all cancers worldwide are caused by chronic infections, particularly pneumoconiovirus and hepatitis virus. Cancer of the major public health levels such as breast, cervical, colorectal cancer can be cured completely, particularly if detected early. Therefore, many countries have established screening programs for breast by, for example, cytology or by mammography, and the cervical by cytology. Such screening programs are widely practiced in most of the developed world. All nations in need of heavy relief would be held if current knowledge about their control and palliative care were applied. So the palliative care, or the care after diagnosing and treating the patient, is very important to follow the patient up to his death or cure, become disease-free. So all the stages of the cancer are very important, as you will see in the coming slides. More than 30% of cancer can be prevented, particularly if we quit using tobacco, if we use healthy diet, if we become physically active, and also if we prevent the use of alcohol. So in developing countries, up to 20% of cancer deaths could be prevented by immunization against infections, particularly hepatitis B virus and pneumoconiovirus virus. So physical activity, healthy diet, prevention of use of the use of alcohol and tobacco are the goal for prevention of cancer, and main goals for the implementing awareness programs that should be as a national programs in the